guys, this is Haunted School back again with another video, and this one I've really been excited to do since last year, to be honest, and is episode 3 of the Halloween UK podcast, joined once again by Ominous Haunter and Halloween Dan. In this video, this is going to be a more of a dedicated topic video, where we are going to be discussing our thoughts on all of the Costco items that have been revealed for this year, ranking them on which ones are the best, which ones are the ones we're going to be likely getting for our haunts, and of course best value for money. Please note that this is before the reveal of the clowns video, so our reactions really quite aren't as accurate as they should be on that prop, but we'll get over to that in a minute. I'm going to get these guys on call now, so sit back, relax and enjoy the podcast. So first impressions on Costco then.
Yeah. So the overview of this year is that I think it's definitely going to be a unique year compared to like previous ones.
Definitely.
Obviously all these new props are they're slightly different to what we usually see, and I'm happy about that. Yeah. Like you said earlier, I believe they're weatherproof, right?
Yeah, they are. All of them.
Yeah, they all seem to be, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So in that case, they're doing something new, innovating some new ideas to props, and yeah, I'm just excited to see if we get anything else. But yeah, very impressed overall.
I think I'm the same, honestly. I really like the new eye movements of a certain prop that we're going to talk about in a minute. Certainly very unique and brings us back to the older days of animatronics. And one thing I do have to say though is the prices have boomed up on everything. But I guess that comes with the sacrifice of making them weatherproof. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, same pretty much. I think that everything I've seen so far looks amazing. It's the fact that everything's weatherproof. They clearly realise that people in Britain do not have very good weather. It must have something to do with that. I don't know. Yeah, very unique, very interesting, and just looks really, really good. I'm quite excited to see these things in the flesh and see them up close. It'll be really cool.
Yeah, it really will. And I think with that, I think we're going to kick it off big with the mummy. Probably a thing I was blown most away by. Where do I start on this? Its general look is just incredible. I think it's the best life-size mummy prop we've actually ever seen. That's in the affordable price range. Yeah. It's got such good animation with the moving arms, head, eyes. I think the sounds are perfect on it as well. I couldn't really imagine it talking. I think it really would take away from it. And it does say it's 6 foot tall on the website, but if you look at the diagram of it, it says it's 7 foot, which is definitely more promising. And I think also for £330, that's something that's a bit debatable.
Yeah.
And considering the Reaper and the Witch were about 280 each last year, I think it's a bit steep, but
definitely, yeah.
I think it's one I'm going to hold out on personally, but it is my favourite out of the bunch at the moment.
I suppose I'll jump in. Pretty much what you just said. When I first saw this, I couldn't believe it. I've been waiting to see. I love classic horror monsters and anything of that kind of ilk, and The Mummy is one of my favourite films, so I've wanted to see a proper good mummy prop come to the UK for a long time. So getting this guy at Costco this year, I genuinely was flabbergasted by it. He is such a well put together prop, looks really good. Even the fact the module at the back is the same colour, same sort of flesh tone. They've really kind of thought about it, things like that. And I love that the eye movement. The eye movement was. I'm pretty sure I've not ever seen that kind of eye movement on another animatronic. It just looked so cool. I don't think there's much more to say about it. And the fact that it is like you said, just like a bit like a 7-foot prop.
Yeah.
That is that makes it even better for me. Just that extra bit of height.
I kind of wish it was 10 foot, but 7 foot's good enough.
yeah.
Yeah, so basically, let's be honest, it is a very well detailed prop. Like, it actually does look really good. So that's definitely like my immediate thoughts on it. And of course, the fact how like I initially thought it was 12 foot. I don't know where I got that impression from.
If only. I still love that.
I wish.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really mind too much, if I'm being honest, because I mean, you're still getting this for like just a reduced height, and it's still 7 foot, so it's not like it's
5
like
foot.
not impressive.
Yeah,
it's still very tall. Yeah, like you said, Dan, the module has been thought out. Everything about this prop has been like expertly thought out to the point where like everything involved with it just goes together really nicely. It's just like the only problem I have with it is that price, but then again, you kind of got that predicament. Like, if you do want to buy this prop, I mean, for the price, it's not too unreasonable when you consider the fact that we don't usually get stuff like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as of right now, for that price, I just can't see myself realistically getting it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's
sorry.
I think it's one that's going to last, as just to add on to what you're saying, for that price. Like, I've noticed with some Costco most Costco props that aren't made for outdoors, you kind of just have to waterproof them if you're not outside, if they're not made to be outside. Whereas this one you can use outside every year, I assume, and it'll probably take some of a beating, and it'll still hold up in good shape.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to admit, I would love to see the bandit flailing around in a British storm, because that's bound to happen for this Halloween. I hate it, but it would be so awesome to see.
No, look good.
It would look creepy mummy in the wind. Would look awesome, but that price was really the only thing that was a bit of. When I saw that price, I thought, oh no, that's just pushing it a little bit. Just as good as a prop as it is, that sort of 330 is just maybe a bit over the top for what it is.
Yeah.
But like you said, Hornet's Core, it's weatherproof, and if you want to see props of this nature come to the UK, maybe you just have to kind of take it on the chin and deal with that. I still haven't made my mind up if this is a prop for me, as good as it is.
Yeah.
But he's definitely up there without a doubt.
Yeah, just imagine the themes you could pull off with it as well. You could do a classic monsters theme, or even you could you can even just do like an ancient Egypt type of theme, like with a tomb or something. It'd look great.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like clowns. That's a pretty well-known fact. Of course, I think I said this before, but he captured my attention like first moment after, like, out of all of them. I just kind of like wanted to learn more about what this thing was. Of course, first impressions, it's unique. Like, I don't think there's ever been a prop quite like him before. The fact that it's a lunging clown, that's not ever happened before, and also the design of it is kind of like crazy, because I don't think that's the head sculpt it has existed before. And it's 9 foot tall, so it's a pretty tall prop. The price on this one too isn't as extreme as the Mummy, so it's kind of more understanding. It's honestly, it's just unique, and I kind of love unique props, especially when it's a clown. This particular prop doesn't seem to be made by Seasonal Visions. It looks to be made by an alternate company.
Okay.
My only concern with that is that I mainly know Seasonal Visions. I have a lot of their props, and I know they have really good quality products.
Definitely.
I'm not saying that this company would necessarily have like a lower quality prop. I just have never really seen what this company has done before, but I'm sure it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I've said it in a lot of my videos, clowns are not my thing, but I have to say, this year, there's been a few good clown props I've seen, snippets of here and there, that made me sort of go, actually, they're not that bad. And this is one of them. I actually quite like this guy. I like the fact he's what is he, 2.9, is he? Or 2.7 meters?
2.7.
So that's quite cool. Like you said as well, on this one. The lunging factor of this is quite unique. I think that's one of the things I sometimes trip up with clowns, is they don't do enough for me. They kind of are a bit, I don't know, playing on this clowns theme too much. And the fact that this does something extra, I'd be interested to see exactly what it does when we get some footage. In terms of the clown, I think he's really unique looking, like you say. The head sculpt on it is really cool. I'm just interested to see exactly what it does, and a pretty good price, really, I thought, for such a big prop. But like I say, clowns, I'm not the biggest fan of clowns, but I can appreciate it. It was pretty cool.
So I'm going to edit in my updated reactions of the clowns for this video, but I'll give my reactions from a point of view of the animatronic before we've seen it. The overall look of it does look quite menacing, with it being 9 foot, and also the head kind of resembles the Underworld clown, which I thought was quite cool. There is something off about it though. I think the colours look a bit goofy. It kind of makes it look like a McDonald's toy of some sort, and it just doesn't match the look of the other animatronics. But upon seeing the video, I think I am incredibly disappointed with this. It is easily the weakest of the lineup. It easily defeats the objective of it being a lunging clown. It moves its arms up and down instead. The mouth really just looks like a motionette mouth, if I'm honest. And the voice as well, and the generic Halloween music. The voice just doesn't even sound like a clown. It just is really unfitting. But yeah, that's my rant over. Definitely the weakest prop of the year, at least from Costco anyway. And I can't see a lot of people this being on anyone's wish list, if I'm honest, personally. But let's proceed on with the rest of the podcast.
No, it actually comes to mind. I think there's a place called Big Lots in the US, and they sold a witch that looks very similar to this. I'll probably put it on the screen now. And it didn't really have too much animation, to be honest. It didn't have the lunging or anything. I'm not sure if that's going to be incorporated into this guy, but it kind of just had a moving mouth, and the arms moved up and down, which was wasn't really as impressive as I thought it would be, to be honest.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think I've seen this one before, actually.
Have you guys all seen the box for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that box. I don't know what you might think.
Same here. It doesn't really have vibes as all the other boxes we've seen.
If I'm honest, I thought it was an okay box, but it didn't seem to fit it particularly well. I don't know why the colours didn't fit it. I don't know why. Actually, we'll talk about it more, but I thought some of the boxes for all of them didn't look quite right somehow this year. Some of them were good, but this was one I thought didn't quite fit the scope somehow. I don't quite know why.
Yeah, no, I just thought it looked kind of a bit off. It didn't look quite right. I don't know if it's the cartoon style balloons it has on it, but it almost looks like nothing like the previous Costco boxes.
I agree, it definitely doesn't share the vibes of any of the Costco boxes we've seen before, just like the Reaper or Lutamine Phantom or whatever. It kind of just looks like a sticker that's slapped onto a brown box, if I'm honest, and the design doesn't really suit a clown theme. It kind of looks like more of a generic Halloween theme, really.
All the props we're going to talk about, just going back to the mummy for a second, the box of the mummy was the one I liked the most. I did like that box, I have to
say, but even that looked a bit unusual, and the mummy on it looked a bit, I don't know, like it didn't belong on the box. I don't know, it was like you'd kind of thrown the mummy on the box afterwards as an afterthought. It kind of was a bit bizarre. But I know what you mean about the clown's box, definitely.
We'll move on to the punk rocker skeleton now, which I know is your favourite, Dan.
It was my favourite, yeah. I have to say, it's definitely between that one and the mummy. It's the mummy, I think, has just edging it a little bit at this moment in time. But I do really like this punk rocker. I've always got a bit of a soft spot for the more sort of fun and fantastical props. And this definitely falls into that category. I do like rock music too, so for me that kind of fit nicely. I like the punk rocker vibe. I like the jacket and the outfit in general. The stance, I liked the stance the thing was stood in, was kind of unusual and different. You kind of thought about that. And yeah, just I thought some of the things it was saying were actually kind of funny is probably pushing it a bit too far, but kind of unique and definitely suited the prop down to the ground. I really did like it, and also being it was $199, isn't it? 19999. Yes. That's a pretty good price, I thought, for a prop of this sort of nature. I thought.
I have to agree with you there, Dan. I think it's a really good value prop actually, and it's one a lot of people are going to love. It's one of those that interact with your crowd, and I think it'd go great outside. I think it's actually built for outdoors too. The box set for it looks really nice as well. It's yet again another one of them flat ones. It's got a good design, and you can definitely tell it's seasonal visions. Movement on it's really good. It's got the nice little strumming arm, which is quite unique. I like the tombstone guitar, and also the head movement on the eyes. Shame it isn't a servo motor, but I think that would have brought up the price of this prop personally, so I can definitely see why they went for that. His stance as well also gives him a lot of personality. As you know, some props kind of just stand like head on, and it just wouldn't really suit that for this prop. So overall, a solid prop for the lineup, and I think it's going to be a very popular one. Now on to actually a prop we didn't see in the UK last year, but this was over in the US and Australia. This is the Fiddler Skeletons. I think these are great little replacements to the Banjo Skeletons, because we've been seeing them for years and upon years, and I think it's time to give them a rest. Not that they're a bad prop or anything, but I think a lot of people are just getting tired of seeing the same thing. These little Fiddler Skeletons, they were very different, and I'm so glad they're coming to the UK at a good price too, of $114.99. They have a similar appearance and gimmick to the Banjo Skeletons, but the fact is that these guys have 4 songs, whereas I think the newer versions of the Banjo Skeletons had 3, and also these guys have great recorded lines, I may add, with very I'd probably say well voice acted lines actually, and really fit this prop really well. Will I get these? Well, it's a big question, to be honest. I don't think I'm about 50-50 at the moment. Possibly because I think these would be good crowd pleasers, but I don't think these would fit very well in my home, because I'm really going for the more scarier theming, to be quite honest. But I'll leave that for these coming months to decide.
The eternal question.
Yeah.
You go on this. You go on.
Okay, so the Fiddler Skeletons, they were introduced last year, and I do prefer them over the Banjo Skeletons. That was purely because of the fact that we've seen the Banjo Skeletons like years on end, like they just kept coming back, and there's nothing against them. It's just that I kind of want to see something different.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's going on with this prop. Like you said, the voices do seem a little bit distant from the prop. I had some comments last year that were kind of like criticizing the voices, saying they sound like nothing like you'd expect them to. And I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
But I do believe they have a sound only mode, like they just play music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that's just a problem for you, you can always just turn it off. But personally, I don't really mind. The animation's great. I love how they actually play the instrument. And yeah, the price is actually really good as well. So that's what I have to say about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Exactly the same. It's just nice to see them finally in the UK. I don't think there'll be something I'm rushing to Costco to buy personally, because I already have the Banjo Skeletons, and I don't see the need to have both. But I definitely like the fact that they are fiddling instead of playing the banjo. I like that action. I think they play, I think it's 4 songs instead of 3, which is kind of cool. And yeah, like you say, I think you can turn their voices off if they annoy you, so they're just playing the music. But I quite like the voices, actually. I thought, like you said, on its skull, they are kind of more hillbilly-like in a way, and I kind of like that. And yeah, the price is If you maybe had a slightly smaller hunt or a more family-friendly hunt, I think these would go in amazingly. It's just for anyone who's trying to sort of maybe go a bit more into the scare factor side of a hunt. These guys, you might struggle to find a home for them, I can imagine. Yeah.
You're very right there. What props do you think will be returning this year?
Ooh. Well, I can think of one I think you want to return, definitely, on its score. I'd hope to see the 10-foot Reaper return. I already have him, so I don't need him. But
we need him back.
I think they should bring him back. I think it'd be a mistake if they didn't. And it'd be nice maybe to see them update him like they updated the Witch, so he might have a little bit more movement. That'd be kind of interesting to see. But yeah, I can't see them bringing back like the animatronic Phantom. I think he's had his day, unfortunately.
Definitely.
Even though he's a brilliant prop. And I'd love to see the big 12-foot static spider come back. I'd love to see the mutant spider come back.
A lot of people are wanting him as well as a spider.
Yeah. And I can't think of anyone else to be. Oh, the Witch. We know about the Witch, but I can't think of anything else.
I think the Headless Horseman has a chance of coming back too. He was very popular. And I think you almost pulled the trigger on him last year.
Yeah, I nearly did. Honestly, he was sat in the basket. I was like, should I, shouldn't I? And then I wimped out in the end. I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I had no idea where I'd actually put him at all. No, I'm going to have to... I'll back off this time. But if he appears next year, maybe that'll be the year. So...
Yeah, £600 is a lot to spend at once on two items.
It is a lot, yeah. It was a bit extreme.
Probably the last topic of the video is, what props would you like to see if there's still more to come?
Well, I'll let one of you guys go first.
We need to see a prop that's above 10 foot for a start.
Yes.
12 to 15 foot.
Get that increased height.
Yeah. Even though I think even though it might be out of leagues for what we actually can get in the UK, like it's more of an American thing to see props of that size. You never know if they've really surprised us with what we've seen last year, so we could potentially see it.
You never know. I'd love to see it.
I think quite a few others have predicted this prop as well. I'd like to see the Cellar Dweller make it to Costco as well.
Yes, definitely.
Really unique character, and I'd love to see him at a good price.
Definitely.
Jack Stalker as well.
I feel like that's pushing it a bit, but we might.
Yeah, I know.
We don't know.
Or at least something like Jack Stalker, something like uses his body frame or something. He's just an a very impressive prop, and I think he needs to be at a more affordable price point for us.
Yeah.
I'm so glad
I think I said it in my Costco prediction video that if Jack Stalker or some variant of him came to Costco UK, I think I might lose my mind. I think I'd actually go screaming down the street, babbling.
I can just imagine your video on that.
Honestly, it would be insane.
I mean, like you said, it would be so cool. And I mean, like, so cool to see something above 10 feet. Like, I immediately come to think of, the Home Depot 15-foot Phantom. Like, that thing is huge. But, I mean, anything's possible these days. We just don't know. Like, we don't know what they got up their sleeve. I mean, because I don't know about you, but when they revealed that Phantom in 2021, I did not expect that.
I know.
So, I mean, seasonal visions, man, like, they can make variants of anything. So, it's not completely off the table. So, I don't know. Like, just, like you said, something above 10 feet. Jack Stalker would be amazing, but I don't know. They might, like, swap him out with his pumpkin, because I know they did that with the lantern with the Phantom. They just took away the lantern. So they could possibly take away his pumpkin or something and like give us some different variant. But yeah, other than that, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely love to see something above 10 feet. 12 feet obviously would be a pinnacle we've not reached yet. I think if anything above that would absolutely just blow me away. But I don't really. In honesty, I think it's a way off yet.
Yeah.
I hope. I would love it if it wasn't, but I do think it's a way off. But Stalker, please, Jack Stalker, some version of Jack Stalker. If you're listening, Costco, please bring Jack Stalker.
You never know.
You never know.
So there you go, that about wraps up the Halloween 2023 podcast, the first one for this year. I want to give Ominous Haunter and Halloween Dan a huge thank you for joining the podcast. I always enjoy speaking with you guys about all of these amazing Halloween topics, and Costco, amongst all things this year, really is the pinnacle of the stores of for Halloween in the UK. They always knock it out the park, and this year is no different. I really can't wait to get my hands on some of these things. Definitely the Mummy is at the top of my list, and we've also recently heard that the 10-foot Reaper will be returning this year. As you know, I really missed out on this guy last year, and he'll definitely be in my basket first thing, and I can't wait to review him on my channel for all of you guys. But yeah, there you go. Tell me your thoughts on these in the comments below. If there's any updates from Costco, it will be up on my channel first thing. Also, as soon as anything comes in stock, I'll pop a community post out to let you guys know, just so none of you miss out, because these things literally do sell out like hotcakes once they are in stock. So make sure to get them while you can, and I won't really take any chances with Costco, trust me. Especially on that 10-foot Reaper and the Mummy. I think those will be two very popular items. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, also give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And till the next video, this is your guide for all things spooky.